You're listening to the Precision Shooting Podcast, discussing all aspects of precision and long-range rifle shooting. This episode is brought to you by Impact Dynamics. And now, over to your hosts.
I was actually planning on changing that intro in the last 3 or 4 months, but we didn't quite get around to it because, been busy doing nothing. Hello, welcome to the Precision Shooting Podcast. My name is Rusty. This is episode number 138, and I've not said that for a long time. Joining me, Andy, Bronte. Guys, how are we? I was going to say post-COVID, but we're not post-COVID. We are mid-COVID, or hopefully at the end, but anyway, we'll see how we go. Andy, are you alive and well and not sick?
Now that you mention it.
Great. All right, here we go. At least I get my 2 weeks isolation. That'd be awesome.
Well, not meant to come.
Good. Bronte, what about you, mate?
I'm alive.
Alive, healthy?
Relatively speaking.
As healthy as you were before? Worse, no better?
No worse, no better.
Yeah. Yeah, good. Oh, well, we are live actually tonight on Facebook as well. It's a little special. I don't know if that's a treat or a punishment, but we're definitely there. It is our first episode back, and Dutchy sends his apologies for finding some challenging times. He was about a 10-minute drive from here, if not less, and he is now about a 40-minute drive from here. So he is experiencing some problems in getting here. But anyway, that's we were going to smoke the peace pipe tonight, but I guess that's off the cards.
You still haven't spoken?
Actually, that's maybe why he can't drive. I don't know.
Yeah.
Possibly.
All very good. Well, what an interesting situation we find ourselves in, gentlemen. It has been our last episode went up on the 16th of March. Today is the 24th of June. Wow, what have you been doing, Andy?
Well, I know we've been hitting it pretty hard on the socials.
We did for a while there.
Yeah, for a while. That was pretty good.
Impact Dynamics Live. We'll get into that shortly. Absolutely, because there's a lot of interesting things that went on there.
Yep.
Did you get any shooting at all, Andy? Have you been behind a gun in the last 4 months?
Once. Yep. Once.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
You know how we talked about doing heaps of practice? Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Oh, all right. Well, I was planning on doing heaps of dry fire practice. That didn't happen.
I did dry fire practice. Yeah, I did a bit of that. Anyway, okay, so you didn't do any of that?
Not really. I pulled them out a couple of weeks back and found a lot of rust on them.
Yeah.
And scrubbed that off. Blew off the dust, and then I went out and I thought, all right, I'll do a little bit of training. I went out with a couple of friends, but it was more just send and lead, just enjoying it,
just getting back into it.
Yeah, that's it. So that was good.
Totally appreciate that, Bronte. Anywhere near a gun?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep. General proximity. They're in the same house. No, actually, I finally got my pistol out of quarantine.
Okay.
So
yeah. Good.
Tested that out, which was good.
Got the pistol license sorted.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
nice. What did you get?
just a Smith & Wesson M&P.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
9mm.
Does the job.
Reliable, it works. It goes bang when I pull the trigger. It's wouldn't classify it as precision. That's probably more me though, in all fairness.
Because you're relatively new to the handgun side of things.
Relatively speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just mainly done rifle.
Yeah.
Little bit of when I was younger.
Yep.
But
how have you found it, going down that path of getting your license and doing all the training? And are you enjoying shooting it?
Yeah, it's good fun. It was a very drawn-out process, though, because I was sort of flying. I was overseas for work for a fair bit of the time I was meant to be doing the training, so the training got dragged out for a fair while, and then 6-month wait and all that sort of stuff. It takes it's been a while, but
is
what
it
is.
Yeah, full on. Oh, well, that's hopefully you get back. The club's on in a couple of weeks. You guys, either of you heading up to go for a shoot?
Nothing booked in yet, but I'm keen to head up there.
Planning on doing it?
Yeah, definitely.
All going well, yes, because hopefully I'll have made my replacement bracket for the red dot, and because I can't use irons, I've decided that I used it once and gave up. So I'm cheap and go with the red dot. I was doing Andy, throw the money at the problem.
Yeah, all right. Do that. That's the way to do it. This will be the first proper comp at the club in a week and a a week and a bit, 10 days or something. Yeah, that'd be nice to get back and be shooting. One of the MDs gave me a call today for, he was thinking, do we have to take COVID into account? I said, just be mindful, like don't put any kissing stages in, but just appropriately. Yeah, it should be fine. So.
Yep. Social spray, wipe and shoot.
Yeah, I think that definitely should be a stage. So anyway, that is where things are up to. I managed to go out for a shoot once.
Nice.
I got a couple of rounds down doing a little bit of filming, which I haven't even got close to the footage on, and that was good. But yeah, didn't really do a whole lot there. I've had to bail on a couple of opportunities to go shooting, unfortunately, for varying reasons. I can't remember what we were meant to go away hunting for an overnighter, and I think I'm just making things up. It was with Noble and a couple other guys, and we were meant to go out hunting, and then I think we there was some dramatic reason that I'm failing to remember now, and it was vehicle based or is injury based or something. I can't remember. Wow, it's all been too much. Let's put it that way. It's all been too much. There's the effect it's happening.
It must have affected you a lot. You've buried it deep down. You don't want to talk about it.
I have. Yeah, it's been a real emotional journey.
Yep.
So, speaking of emotional journeys, you alluded to before Impact Dynamics Live, which was a daily live show that we did for 8 weeks, just over 8 weeks, 49 episodes. It was 6 days a week, so not quite daily, but, pretty close. And it started off with the intention that, people were going to be home, and I figured I was going to be quiet. I was expecting for the projectile warehouse scoped out and obviously PRS and stuff to be fairly quiet, so I was going to have some time, so I thought I'd do this daily live show. And so every night at 8 o'clock, we'd have a guest on the show, and we'd talk something shooting and do an interview and all that sort of stuff. And I was far from quiet. Things were busy, but I also took the time to put new websites together for the Projectile Warehouse and Scoped Out, which took a lot of time up. So anyway, that was that was quite good. But we still managed to go for 49 episodes, just the Saturdays off, and we had some awesome guests. And also Andy was on it as well.
Yeah, just the one down. Awesome.
But you came on board for a particular reason, Andy. You remember what we did? Or was it too long ago? The Team Impact challenges.
Yeah, I thought that's what you were getting to. Yeah. So Team Impact, that was really good. Very motivating. It was great to have a group of people who were committed to smashing out a couple of challenges that they felt personally that they needed to achieve or have been wanting to do for a while, but just needed that extra push, which went really well. I was pretty happy with how that went and how I presume some people are still going with, hopefully. I have resumed drinking on weeknights. Yep.
Back into it. Yeah,
back into that.
That's one of the things. So this is sometime late April, and one of the challenges that we kicked in was not drinking, and I'm still on that somehow. No, don't. I'm not sure you should clap. It's not been. I'm not really sure. I've got no particular goal in mind. It's just I think it's one of those things where you're like, I'm on a streak. I've done. It's now been 10 weeks or something stupid, and you're like, well. Yeah, I mean, I think what I'm waiting for is the reason to drink again, as in an event. Because if we're going to break the streak, it may as well be for a good reason, and may as well make a night of it. And shy of a gun show or a match or something like that. It's sort of like, I'll hold out. Hold out. Plus, it's cheaper.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So any other challenges that you've been continuing on with?
I think just the general. I think one of them was not snacking so much on on the fast food on the way home from work.
Yep,
I have reduced on that.
Well done.
That was it. Yeah, that plus just not having the money to do it. But the yoga side of stuff I was doing, definitely let that slack off a bit.
Being flexible with the commitment to it.
Well put.
Thanks.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
I've moved from physically flexible to mentally flexible.
Good. Well, it's good to make sure you take care of your mental health during this period. It's a very, very important thing to bring up. Well done. Good segue. Good stuff. Bronte, have you what have you spent your time doing outside of work? Have you been you built a gear?
I've built 2 gears.
We alluded to that on the on I don't know if it was the last show. I didn't do anything to go back and listen to it, but anyway, you were talking about building a gear because you couldn't be bothered importing one.
Pretty much, yeah.
And how did it go?
It worked, believe it or not, which I was actually probably more surprised than most people.
Well done, mate. I'm impressed.
It actually works, which, is strangely reassuring. Basically, spare the time in the machine shop, just mucking around, breaking things and then fixing them again and breaking them again for the sake of it, and just work.
Good. Oh, as long as you're having a good time, that's the main thing. All right. Well, one of the reasons I wanted to bring up the Impact Dynamics Live is that there is now on a separate stream. We put one out on this stream, but there's a separate stream where we put all of those shows out as podcasts. And, of course, they're up on the Impact Dynamics YouTube channel as well. But there was interviews with Jay Orange, with Kerry from Precision Shooting, with Graham from over in New Zealand as well. And if I tried to
long range,
if I tried to list all the names, I would forget them because there was a serious amount of people. But anyway, a whole stack of stuff. And then what's been awesome out of doing that, because there's about an hour show each night, and they're all there, and so you could go and chuck one on the background as a podcast to go and watch it if you want to. And there was some Q&As. We had Dutchy from Low Vis Gear was on, Steve Hurt from Outer Edge Projectiles, and there's a dude who knows a bit about reloading. Wow,
that hurt my head.
Yeah, he was on a few times actually, really good. And so and there was heaps of awesome people. There was a Luke from the Bearded Chap who I didn't even know was a shooter, and I was happy to have him on the show because I thought he had a really positive story about this whole COVID crisis, about a small Australian business actually employing more people during the process and sort of pivoting really, really quickly. Really encouraging, inspiring story. And then turns out he's a shooter as well. And he has since, a little update on what he's doing. He has since... I think he's bought a Lithgow 105, and he's like, I'm getting in this PRS thing. So
well done.
That's encouraging. Yeah, he hung with us. He hung out with us. We were doing once a week. We're doing these hangouts on Zoom for anyone who watched the show, and he stuck around the night he was on, and we played him that little 1 minute teaser PRS thing that came out at the beginning of the year.
Yep.
And he watched that. We were all watching him watch that for his first experience watching what a PRS match was. Yep. And I think it was somewhere around 12 or 13 seconds. He's like, right, I'm in. Didn't even see the whole thing. Awesome. So, good dude. So, all sorts of people. And as I said, there's plenty of more crew. Actually, one of the Andrew Lawn mentions here on Facebook that we talked about a G96 beard oil that Luke was going to try and put together.
It's a pretty good smell.
Yeah, haven't seen anything on that yet, but anyway, look forward to hearing all about that. Yeah,
you'd so that use straight G96, wouldn't you?
Sorry?
Just use normal G96. Prevent rust as well.
I don't know how I'd go then. So that was awesome doing that. That was a really fun experience. And actually what we're going to do, the plan at the moment, is to bring back an element of that one night a week. So there's going to be a new show coming out. By the way, this entire episode is pretty much just a catch up on what's been happening. So don't expect a whole lot of knowledge drop it. No. Yeah, we haven't been shooting, all right? We're just talking about what we can do. But there is going to be a new show that we're going to do once a week called Gear Night. And one of the things that we've often done, because we don't want to put people off, new shooters off, getting involved with PRS. So we often actually shy away a little bit from going in depth in gear and really talking and including a lot of the high end sort of stuff, because you don't want to say, you have to have that to get involved. But also that's the sexiest part of it all. Apart from you, Andy, of course. But that's that's the bit that looks awesome. The stuff, that's cool. So we're gonna delve in on that particular show and go, into chat with guys who have had all sorts of gear. And we're not limited just to precision rifles either. It'll be pistols and shotguns and bits and everything. Obviously, a bit of focus on the PRS sort of or long range sort of stuff. But talking about what dudes started with, they might have had an old Lithgow Model 1 type. That's what they kicked through all the way through to now. They're running a Defiance with it, et cetera, et cetera. That's the idea, is to really delve into the equipment and the challenges that, they went from stocks to chassis and back to stocks or whatever it might be, really delve into the individual's profile on the equipment side. So looking forward to that coming out probably starting next week. That'll be weekly for a while. So we will see how we go. And then it has led to some other ideas with the Impact Dynamics live format. So if you're not following that on, that's just Impact Dynamics on YouTube, but if you're not following the podcast version of that will be well worthwhile as well. So check that out. And anyway, so the show finished up and I delved into the Scoped Out website and that was giving me a lot of stuff to do. But now that we speak of scopes, there were some interesting scopes that came out in this period. So on the Thursday before Easter, Vortex announced the Strike Eagle 5 to 25 first focal plane scope, and everyone lost their mind, and rightly so, because the price came in far better than any of us really predicted. We Scoped Out was selling them at $11.40 delivered, and so to have a scope that was 525 by 56, 34mm tube, reasonable glass, zero stop turrets in MRAD and MI with an EBR 7C reticle for under $1,200.
Pretty competitive.
Oh man,
that ticks a lot of boxes.
It ticks a lot. It resets the benchmark really for that sort of let's say mid price sort of option.
Talk about trying to get into PRS or anything like that and not wanting to drop 10 grand.
Exactly.
Gets you a lot of the boxes ticked.
And the Diamondbacks were out for that sort of the Diamondbacks and the Falcons were sort of $700 mark, which were really good options. But you miss a zero stop and you're a bit limited in elevation, and they were good. But
reticle choices as well.
Reticle was a 2C.
Quite as good.
Yeah, not bad, but not quite in line. And then this came out. And so that was really interesting to see.
Yep.
And then, so I don't have one to show you, gentlemen. I don't know if you've seen one, but had a bit of a play with it, and they're pretty good, solid, seem repeatable, that sort of things. So, but then I got hit up by some guys from Arkin. I knew these were coming at some point. I'd had a demo for a little while. I think I talked about it before. Pop it out and have a look. But anyway, I got a message from the guys and saying, hey, these are landing. And I said, okay, good. We'll, obviously the price has gone up because the dollar had dropped, and I went, okay, we'll see how we go. What are they going to be? He said, recommending them to be $1,200 retail.
I love a good bikini.
For those who are listening, being a podcast, and he's just grabbed the bikini cover and put it over his boobs. So this is a great look.
Aren't they moobs?
I don't know. Depends on size, I think. Anyway, so he they messaged me and said, "Oh, yeah, $1,200. What we're thinking." I'm going, "Oh no, the Strike Eagle was $11.40." I'm like, I don't think you like under $1,000 maybe where you need to be. They're zero stop. They're not illuminated. They're 34mm tube, 50mm objective. So reasonably good. But I was put off a little bit. They both came with throw levers, all that sort of stuff. Anyway, they rocked up. And he said, I'm going to send them to you anyway. You can send them back if you don't like them. Yeah, Bronte's playing with it now. Oh, there you go. How's that clicking? Anyway, I got them out in the box.
Pretty decent.
And I was looking at them. I'm like, okay, well, these look all right. Put them up to my eye and went, whoa.
Oh, it's not terrible.
It's ED glass.
Yeah.
It's really good glass. And it's better than Strike Eagle glass-wise. Missing a couple of features, but it is the locking turrets and the illumination. So, what is exciting is seeing development around this $1,200 price mark in options for optics. So, really good to see. And these guys got good warranty and stuff from what I can tell. So, anyway,
worldwide lifetime warranty.
Yeah, they nearly sold out in 2 days.
Wow.
So, I sent a message as soon as I saw the glass. Sent a message back and went, "I take it all back. This glass is so much better." So,
wow.
Yeah. Anyway, that's that's kept me busy, really busy actually. One of the other things is there's a scope height ring calculator thing on the Scope Down website, so you can work out what rings you need.
Yeah, that's a time saver.
Which you can use for buying from there, or you can use from buying wherever you are. But just that's there available for people to use. So, which is cool. So yeah, I think that's where things have been up to.
The scope feels really nice.
Yeah,
yeah,
it does feel nice.
Yeah.
It does feel really solid. Yeah, Bronte's smiling. He's smirking at it.
All right, it's not too
bad. For $1,200, it's pretty
for
impressive.
$1,200.
Yeah, and of course, different reticle. Still a Christmas tree type reticle. So that's I think one of the ones where people will they love this reticle, they like that one, or they go, oh, this one looks good, or whatever it is. So that's where people often make their mind up, which is excellent. I've got a 6mm GT update.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, here we go. Exciting news. I had my garrote trimming collar arrive for it. Yeah.
Lovely.
I've got no brass to run in it, but I've got the collar here. So apparently Alpha Brass through 3 Gun Tactical is not far away, which is excellent. So that should be here soon.
I'm surprised you haven't gone down the path of just fire forming something like just that.
Well, I haven't really gone
process
to fire, have I? I haven't, and I've just been putting it off. You know what? I've got my 223 that I could go and shoot if I was going to go shoot now. Whether or not there's any comps this year, large level comps, we'd have to wait. We were probably not far off getting things rolling, and then Victoria dropped the ball. So well done, Victoria.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
Thanks for that. So. Yeah, what else? We do want to do a little shout out to our Patreon supporters who stuck with us over the break. Now we actually turned our Patreon off for a few months, so as a bit of a we didn't want to burden them with paying that, and we obviously weren't producing podcasts because we couldn't be in the same room together, so we turned that off. But if anyone is wanting to, we may kick that back in July. We may even wait till August because we don't want to be. There's other stuff for you guys to save your money and spend your money on, do that sort of thing. But maybe August we'll be back in a position where we're actually pumping some info out. We've got ID running some videos, and we'll be doing a few more things. So if you do enjoy what we do, would like to see us back up and running, that'd be great. You can still sign up, you just won't get charged for a couple of months. Let's decide now. August is when we'll be back doing that. So if you do like it, for $1 a month, $2 a month, $5 a month, or whatever it is, you can see all the details on the Patreon there. If you look up Impact Dynamics, it's all listed under. Good. Right. Oh, we also there's more admin just to catch everyone up. We moved the podcast, so we no longer hosted at SoundCloud. We have moved across to Anchor. It should not affect a whole lot of you guys listening. It should just seamlessly go across. If you use Apple or whatever it is that you use, should just continue to appear. I guess we'll find out with this episode. But that's been Anchor have been supporting our other podcasts for a couple of years. I've been using theirs for other stuff, so we took the time to move the big one over there. And SoundCloud's fine, but these guys seem to do a really good job of sending it out and populating it. So that's where we are. That's about all the news and updates we've got for you guys. So we'll catch you guys next.
Yeah, that's a wrap.
No. Oh, excellent. So, gentlemen, is there anything that's caught your eye? Is there anything exciting that you've been sort of looking forward to getting back into?
Well, I've got a comp coming up this Saturday night.
Yeah, I've heard about this
Saturday night.
Saturday night.
The old night shoot.
Yep.
Tell us all about it, Andy. Well, and how practiced you are for it.
It's up and coming.
Yeah, but tell us about what you're expecting and what you're planning and what you're doing and et
it's the Precision, was it Practical Rimfire Challenge?
Oh, okay.
PRC. Mm-hmm. I think it's once a year they run a night shoot, which is fantastic. The guys put on a really good night.
Yep.
Bit of food, and of course all the stages are, in the dark, targets are lit up or not lit up, and it's a bit of fun. It's really good. And I'm not sure what I'll be using yet. I have an issue with my 22, and I've somewhat inherited. It's anyway, I've got this other one. It's a really old, rusty lever action 22, open sights. So might be trying to use that.
So for anyone not familiar with PRC, what can you give us a little bit more of a rundown on why it's similar and different to PRS?
Okay. So similarities might be you still get stage briefers, stage briefs, you get a time limit, round counts, obstacles you have to shoot through, under, over, things like that.
Mostly shot on steel.
Yes. Yep. What else? Yeah, you get all the fun toys like your bags and rests and other bits and pieces. The PRC is probably different in the way that there's a fair bit of forward movement. So the range they use, I think, handgun ranges. So like IPSC, you run forwards of the line, someone runs with you, and you're shooting down little steel targets, and it's a bit more, fair bit more movement involved and a bit fast paced. So that's it's pretty fun. And
they do some Comstock scoring, which is like the balance for. They still do a mixture of stages of that and PRS style scoring. Where Comstock is a balance of time and hits, and you've got stop plates, and they stop the timer, and then you divide the. I don't remember the details.
Pretty much. I think the way you look at it is don't waste too much time on a single target if you're going to get more points just stopping the clock, if that makes sense. But
because the longer you let the clock run, the less your points are worth. Or something.
Something like that. I don't get it. I just smash as much as I can and have some fun. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, the time I did, that really caught me out. I was trying to hit these tiny little targets, and it's like, then I ran out of ammo. I'm like, I can't hit them. They're like, yeah, but you're still on the clock. I'm like,
oh no.
Well, I'm out of ammo.
Oh no.
They're like, well, you better find some more. I'm like, okay, well, all right. I'll go off and find some more.
Yes.
So I did. Yeah.
Spewing. But I reckon that'd be fun to run with a lever action open sight sort of thing. I might not be able to see much, but
I reckon you could get like the old laser. Like the barrel mounted laser.
Get some duct tape out. Yeah.
Strap that on. That and a torch on the other side. You'll be set.
Well, my main concern is I won't be able to see the actual sight in the dark.
That's what the laser's for.
Oh, yeah. All right. I'll give it a go. Why not? Yeah.
Sounds like you've never been spotlighting before.
Not with open sights, but
fair enough. But, just point, shoot, close.
Yeah, that would be my
accuracy by volume.
Yeah. Yep. If you want to borrow a 22, I've got a few. So you're welcome to use one if you if you want to take it easy and win. But if you want to live a little.
Nice. I don't think I'll be winning. It should be a good night to get back out there with a bunch of lads and girls and enjoy.
Yeah, and that's Saturday night.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Nice. And there's a bit of a crew. I think it sold out pretty quick. Or
I'm not sure if it's sold out. It might be
still spots.
Couple of spots left.
We'll go check it out. They're on Facebook. Precision. No, what are they called? Practical Rimfire Challenge.
Yeah, that's it. PRC. But
it's good to start seeing comps coming back.
Definitely,
which is excellent. Obviously, still sort of some jeopardy around interstate travel for all sorts of people, but we starting to see local comps. I know Bigoton ran their first Queensland comp last weekend, and that was a good success, I believe, from what I've seen. So yeah, encouraging to slowly see that roll back. So what are you, Bronte? Are you planning on any hunting trips this year? Are you going to get out and get after some stuff?
Yep, definitely do have some intentions on that. We got a phone call a week or two ago from a farmer saying he's got a pest problem that he needs eradicated. So that's probably this weekend's task to go thin the herd. So to speak.
Fantastic. What sort of pests?
Foxes, apparently. So he's a stud merino farmer, and he's got fox problem. So deal with those.
Very good.
Yeah, there's always nothing better than watching a fox explode.
What is your go-to fox gun, mate?
The only gun I've got ammo for at the moment is the go-to fox gun by default.
Yep.
No, the old 243 with the 87 VMAXs is what I'll be using.
Perfect.
The 204 is probably much the muchness of foxes, the 204 and the 243.
Yeah.
I've got ammo for the 243. I don't have ammo for the 204, so that's going to be the 243.
Gotcha.
Easy.
I just remembered why I couldn't go hunting.
Didn't have ammo?
No, I reckon I would have sold that. And then, my wife had to go get tested for COVID.
Oh,
That's what it was. Because of and it was a really...
Wait, and you wanted to go with it? Just in case she had it?
No, we had to be on lockdown.
Yeah, isolate. Because
we had to self-isolate until we got the results.
Spewing.
Yeah. So, and it's not because she'd been exposed. It was because of our daughter had to go to a doctor to get something done, but she wasn't allowed to go to the doctor until the person taking her was cleared of. Anyway, so it's just one of those like administrative rubbish.
Yeah.
But anyway, so she went off and went and got tested, and then of course, and this is like the day before, 2 days before, and so I said to the guys, look, I don't think we can legally go. And anyway, we got told on the Saturday, which was the day that it all gone off. On the Saturday, I don't know, all clear, no problems.
It's like, hey, wait for me.
Yeah. Obviously, priorities weren't right. I would have said you go to the doctor next week.
It's all. I remember why, and it was very seemed appropriate for the time frame. Anyway, no, you guys haven't been tested at all. We haven't had to go and have something shoved up your nose.
Or at least not have a COVID test.
Yeah. Sorry, we're talking about testing. Sorry.
Oh, right.
It's not always.
Well, I love my job.
So the after hours extra money. Yeah. Good. Nice. Excellent. Well, it's really difficult to make plans for the rest of the year. Like what the goals. One of the things that I did during the ID challenge, the Team Impact stuff, was to dry fire.
Yep.
With the new gun, with the Go Tiger. And so I was, what was my commitment? It was at 4 days a week. I would have to do a 20-minute dry fire session. I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, that was pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah, and I tell you what, they were really useful. I mean, there's no big surprise, but they were really useful. And one of the things I did too, in terms of accountability to make sure that I did it, is I would have to live stream them. So I was on Instagram and I'd live stream these, and often they were after the show or before the show for the 20 minutes. And those 20 minutes often turn into half an hour, 40 minutes, because you start chatting and people would start asking questions. And I did several times where I had someone else on live because I didn't know that was a thing. But on Instagram, when you go live and someone else can request to be live with you. And so, I'd have these conversations with, a couple of guys. I had no idea who they were, and they'd jump in and we'd yak away. And it was really good. So that was a really and I did actually do a bit of dry firing. As well.
Just wore in the bolt, really, didn't you?
But it was really quite useful spending time not at the range and getting familiar with the gun. I think I spent the first 2 or 3 sessions adjusting that chassis to me and getting the length right and being like having the freedom and mentally going, right, I've got 20 minutes just to play with this, and there's no strict agenda or anything. I've got to do this. This is part of the rules of the challenge.
Yep.
And so I'd extend it out and run through 30 shots with it or 20 shots with it and go, let's back a little bit and just smidge it back in. And over the course of a couple of days, I really, I got that gun where now I'll be confident that is really, really comfortable. And I've actually spent more time doing that with that than the 2D3, which has the same chassis on it, that I have actually shot in some comps. Yeah, right. I've done more for that. So
do you realise that all you need to do now is just measure the one you've set up and copy it?
Yeah, exactly right. That's what I've attempted to do. So now it could be a different story in terms of once we actually go and shoot it. But at least I changed positions and from kneeling and from seated and that sort of thing. But at least it was underway. So. Yeah, so it was really good. I spent a lot of time just learning that trigger, just getting really familiar with that trigger.
What sort of trigger is it?
It's a Timney Calvin Elite, which it's the trigger I use.
2-stage or the single stage?
Single stage. Yeah, I can't get my head around 2 stages.
Well, there's the first bit.
Yeah.
And then the second
bit. That's where I get confused. There's the first bit and then it should go bang.
I've got the Calvin Elite, but the 2-stage version of that. And my first stage is you breathe on it and you through that. It's very light, and the second stage is not much heavier, but it's good trigger.
Yeah.
And the 2-stage You get used to it.
Oh, I have no doubt you'll get used to it. I actually shot a comp. The only sort of bigger 2-day comp I've shot has been
Darwin.
with a 2-stage trigger with Darwin with Butters AX, and it caught me a number of times.
Yeah, right.
It caught me quite a number of times. I'm not using it as the excuse. I hit and missed accordingly, but it definitely caught me out a number of times. And
you're waiting for the bang and nothing.
And just as soon as you get back into that sort of I guess where you think you're consistent and then you go to pull it and you're like, oh yeah, that's right, and then you break position anyway. It just throws it. But if that was what you were going to use, you would get familiar with it.
With mine, I find it really good because it gives you that opportunity to double check your finger position on the trigger.
Yep.
And you can sort of get that consistency through the first stage. But most of my other rifles are single stage.
Yeah.
And it's much the muchness, but
I think you could definitely get comfortable with it and go from there. So
I like it.
Single or two?
I'm 2-stage. Yep. I like it because you sort of settle in position. You put your finger on the trigger, pull up that first stage slack, and you know that that's when you're really you're on it, and then it's just a bit more.
The concept of 2-stage, I think, is quite sensible. Actually, I think it makes a lot of sense. I just haven't, like I did when I went from MOA to MRAD. Basically, sold all my MOA scopes and bought all new MRAD ones. That's what I've got to do, and that's. That could be a while. So, having said that, I did go through the gun collection the other day and went, all right, we've got about a number of these guns to sell, quite a few, and really focus down on the ones that I would do use regularly.
Yep.
So,
Going back on the single stage trigger, my 223, that's a single stage, and I remember winding that right down when it was really light.
Yep.
I sort of got to the point where I was afraid to touch it before I was ready, just in case I sort of just touched it, settled in, and just accidentally gave it a little bit too much. So
gotcha.
Yeah. I don't know. You get used to it. I guess.
Nice. Yeah, it's all sorts of challenges, but dry firing on a regular basis, very focused, was useful. Was certainly useful getting familiar. I just haven't done it since. Yeah, that's where we've fallen down. That's why that team impact thing, where we were really focused on achieving something over a couple of week period, was really, really useful. So, I don't know, encourage something like that. But
the other thing it sort of showed me is like I do have the time to. Just put aside and actually do it.
Oh, yes.
Rather than just I'll get to it. It's like, well, hang on. If I actually dedicate half an hour or an hour to doing something, you can find the time to do it.
Not wrong. Yeah, absolutely. The other thing that I did, I was a bit more fitness focused during that period, and that's something I've managed to keep up. With the exception of the last few days, given my back has become a problem again for the last 4 days or so. But I've effectively done a workout every day for 12 weeks. 12 months, that'd be good. 12 weeks or so.
That's a lot of
So a lot of closed rings on the iPhone. So it's the last few days since Saturday I have failed to meet that requirement because I'm sustained an inflamed back injury that many people will be familiar with, my unreliable back. But anyway, it was good. I was doing all sorts of walking and jogging and bits and pieces. So keep that up. And I know a few other guys have done that because it's amazing when you actually have more time than you think.
Yep, that's it.
So so maybe we should be dry firing again. Is that what you're saying?
I probably should. Let's be honest. Let's take it a bit more seriously, guys.
Yeah. Well, I think once the club get back out of the club and that's up and running. It would be good.
Yeah, I've got a lot of empty brass that I thought I would have reloaded, but I haven't.
We've all got that bucket at home. Yeah. A 20-litre bucket full of brass going, I'll get to that one day.
I've got a whole stack of 40 S&W second-hand brass to, bag up and put on the website. And, it's been a few months. All right. by the next episode, I would have done the brass. You would have dry fire. Or no, you would have reloaded your brass, and Bronte might have touched a gun.
I'm meant to go spotlighting this weekend, so I should actually
be able to achieve that one.
Yeah. Then I'll have to go into work again at 3 o'clock in the morning. And,
great.
roofing, rain.
Good. Yeah. No, well, that's all right. I think. What have you guys been missing about getting out and shooting?
Fresh air.
Yeah.
Fresh air.
With the odd hint of gunpowder.
Fresh air, per se. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, that, and I think just like getting out and socialising really with a bunch of like-minded people. And yeah, I think that would be a good thing to get back into.
I've missed stage names. I missed witty stage names.
Yeah. There should be a few coming up, surely.
How many COVID-related stage names are we going to see?
There should be a few.
Yes.
Yeah. Attention all match directors, as much COVID references as you can. As you can see, that would be good fun. Well, we're going to have a little competition, I guess. So we want to hear from our listeners. Hope you're all still out there, still well, still kicking along, still getting behind guns and shooting. Obviously, many of our friends in the US and listeners in the US have still got matches on, which is fantastic. Very fortunate that over there you don't have the border closures that we have, and that's been the big issue here per se. But anyway, that'll all come in time. The things that we want to, I've lost my notes here. That's why I'm stalling, and I'm doing a bad job of stalling. But we want to see what you guys are up to, and hope you're doing well. So, what we'd love for you to do is even chuck this one on pause in a minute and hit us up. Grab your phone, hit record, and send this to us, and basically just tell us what you've been doing in the last 3 or 4 months that we've been quiet or working on other projects, because we would love to hear what you've been doing. Have you been dry firing like I did for 2 weeks, or have you been not reloading like Andy's been doing for a couple of years, or have you been working your ass off like Bronte has been? So tell us, from a shooting related or whatever it is, just let us know what you've been doing, and particularly if you've been doing anything interesting, or if you've made the most of this time, or if you've made nothing, like I haven't left the couch. That is also quite fun.
Or maybe if you've like completely prepped up a full system or got all your gear sorted and you are just hanging for the first match.
I am looking forward to I think that would be that'd be wonderful to hear what people are up to and what people have been doing. So hit us that up. It would be great. We're looking forward to being back and more regular and doing regular episodes and choosing topics and delving into it. This one's a little bit of a hey, we're alive still, and we miss you guys, and we look forward to doing more of this sort of stuff, which would be good. So we want to hear. So just grab your phone, hit record, and send us an audio thing, and that would be excellent. There is on Anchor some sort of mailbox thing that you can call and leave a message. I don't know. I'm going to delve into that. I haven't looked into that. I just remember seeing that when signing up. So if we can get that working, we'll put the link out there. We'll just do a little video and flick us, tag us in IG or Facebook, and we'll grab the audio off of it and play that. I'd love to hear what you guys have been up to. I know that some guys, some rangers have used this time to develop their ranges. They've done earthworks and all sorts of stuff, which is really sensible, really useful to see. And some guys have built barricades and all that sort of stuff. So I look forward to seeing that. And then a few of our favourite answers. We're going to get some shirts made up, some new shirts. So we will flick you out a shirt for doing so for a selection of guys. How many shirts we've got left, I guess. That would be good. And for our Patreon supporters, those who are on the top tier, who are get a shirt a year for their support, that will be coming to you guys soon as well. Let me ask you this: I suspect for many people they have stored some money away in the bank, for a couple of reasons. Many people aren't going out, aren't travelling, aren't shooting, aren't doing all sorts of stuff, so they've been putting some coin aside. So
You'd think so.
You'd think so. Not drinking. So, what's on the cards? What's on the agenda? What are you guys like eyeing off as maybe the next purchase at some point? What do you think?
I'm split. I'm in two minds.
Oh,
There's a
okay.
sensible,
Here we go.
the sensible one is saying buy a house.
Yeah.
That's not very fun.
Just ignore that one for the podcast. Yeah, good. Okay.
I'm keen to set myself up with a proper ELR gun.
Oh,
Like
hello.
proper-
Okay, we got big,
Like
big,
proper
big.
big.
I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
getting a new set of rings or something. But okay.
No,
Cut it all out.
proper big.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, that's probably going to have to temper that expectation a little.
What are you thinking? Have you delved enough into thinking about actually what it might look like or might be?
I would be keen to go the whole 375 path and go proper, but that's probably
hello.
gets a bit challenging here in
Sure.
with
Yep.
whatever else. But looking at, I've got a 300 Win mag and I want to change that over to a 7mm
Yep.
and do a big case, neck down to 7mm, run the 195s or some of those big high BC projectiles, real fast twist.
Yep.
Long barrel. Completely useless for anything else other than shooting a long way.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, nice.
And then the whole silly adjustable mounts and the Ivy mount style thing.
Yeah, that all works.
Mm.
Works and jacks, nice.
But
Yeah.
How much of it are you going to try and make yourself?
most of it. No,
Everything he's legally able to.
basically, yeah.
Yeah.
I plan on. I've got a few ideas for the chassis and all the rest, and accessories and bits and pieces. But yeah, obviously, whatever I'm legally allowed to. Other bits.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not planning on making a scope though.
Be highly
fair
impressed.
Yeah.
Highly impressed.
Come on, a couple of Coke bottles.
Good. Get a few beer bottles after tonight. That'd be good to go.
Yeah.
Andy, what about you, mate? Anything on the horizon?
Just a few knickknacks I've purchased recently from yourself.
Okay.
I've figured that, I do all this really great shooting and of me.
Talk yourself up.
Yeah. Of me hitting targets, and people are always questioning whether I'm hitting them or not. So
With valid reason as well. I can understand your concern.
I would too.
Okay.
So I bought myself an attachment for my phone to look through a spotter.
Yep.
So I'm pretty keen to get that up.
So basically proof.
Proof.
So that whoever you were shooting with on the day, they did actually hit the target.
That's
You
it.
can claim it as yours.
Yep, that's it.
Got it. Nice. Yep.
And I recently purchased a case of Neela as well. From,
Okay.
what's his name? Anil
Okay.
Case Anil from the guy from Tassie.
Okay.
Say it again.
Anil
I'm assuming he spells it with a K, like spells it wrong.
I
Is
don't know.
that dude?
Two
maybe.
Zs.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know the guy.
But,
Okay.
yeah, no, I haven't used it yet, but pretty keen to
Yeah, right.
pull that out the box and use that. I haven't got enough to splash on a, what do you call them? The
Amp.
induction ones. Yeah.
Yep.
Have you got yourself a Tempelac?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Good.
Don't know how to use it, but I'll give it a go.
Not that card, mate. You painted on. Change colour.
I'll just stop it when the brass starts to melt. I guess.
Then
Probably
I could
overshot a fraction of that point.
then I
Just a
could
little.
use it in fire format. That'd be great. Yeah, cheers, man. Appreciate it.
You're a
Nice.
braver man than me.
Yeah. More stupid. And anything else on the horizon? Like what's a what if of what you might look at if there was a piece of kit to pick up?
If money wasn't an object, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just No, nothing. You're all happy. You got everything you needed for now.
Well, I'm not happy, but money's tight.
Sorry, forgive me. I appreciate that you took that as my concern for your well-being. It definitely wasn't. I couldn't care less.
Yeah, I reckon if I wanted to go fresh, I'd go zero compromise scope.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
hello.
and
Look
probably in L105, LA 105,
okay. Yeah, right.
just to keep it still in the. I don't want to go
because
full
you got
custom build.
bankrupt because of the scope.
Yeah,
so-
that's it, yeah.
Budget cuts.
That's if money wasn't an object, but
Nice.
life.
Well, one thing I'd like to do is I'd like to actually spin off my 2-3 barrel. So you've seen my 2-3 rifle, and the barrel is heavy. This was a it's funny 'cause we could have talked about this on the last episode, but I don't remember because it was bloody forever ago. But the bloke who's just found us like 2 weeks ago has listened to a bunch of episodes, and then this will just be the next one in line. He's like, you're talking about the same thing, and you forgot that you spoke about it like the week before. Anyway, and so I'd like to spin off my 2-3 barrel because that was built back when we were long range shooting and not really PRS shooting, and it was done as a copy of my 260, which was for that purpose.
Yep.
And so we back then were definitely running a lot heavier barrels than we are now.
Yep.
And so I actually find it a problem because it's so weighty, and I've got a pretty average shoulder, and the back in general is not great. And so I find that challenging to shoot with. It's not a game stopper. It's fine, but it's I would like to do that if I could spin that off, put a new one on, and get that to match the GT rather than big chunky 260.
So what profile would you probably go for then?
The same one on the 6
Palmer,
GT.
was it light Palmer?
Someone's trying to be Dutchy.
Can't do it, but I miss him.
Was he even on the last episode? I don't remember these details.
So,
now. Bronte was here for the last one. Okay,
big bully.
Get that on the big jobs.
I don't remember. I think it's a medium Palmer on the GT. Off memory. So that's probably do something on those lines. I would really like to the Vortex Furies. I've had it come through, but I've not actually bought a set myself. But I think one of the things that I'd like to is I'd actually like to buy the little bits and pieces that I've not like finalize my match kit. And I think that's really what I would like to do is to finalize the few bits and pieces that are, it's not massive amounts, but also I want the nicest gear because why not? And just to finalize the match kit, move a few things on, keep a few things, and add a little bit to it, so that I've ready to rock and roll for some matches whenever they roll around. Yeah,
that passed my mind a week or so ago. I thought, if things do kick off, or like whenever I need to go to a match that's interstate and fly, I really need to figure out. What are the essentials I need to take?
Yep.
Because most of the time when I drive, I'm just like, I'll throw that in and I'll throw that in. And, you end up with a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, true. So true.
And I really need to work out, what do I actually need to take?
Nail that down.
So, I've got another little thing I wouldn't mind doing soon.
Yeah.
The little lever action 22 I got. I'm holding it on to someone until they get their license.
Okay.
But essentially, it was an old farm gun. It's fully rusted on the outside. The inside and the action's still pretty good.
Yep.
But it definitely needs some decent restoration.
Yep.
So might be a little project coming up where I fully strip it and almost start again.
Cold blue it or Cerakote or?
Oh, I think it'll be a cold blue. Yeah. It's a real old. It's a Irma.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
It's an old Irma.
So, wow. All sorts of projects going on. Yeah.
Yeah. In all my spare time.
Well, I think we may find more and more of those projects go along as if this stuff gets strung out longer and longer. Yep. I think we may see all sorts of stuff start happening. Certainly, I've found it. It's been interesting, having like a major project that I've been working on the whole time up until the last week or so when the Scoped Out website went live, and then you're like, okay, well now I'm just sort of doing a bit of that and a bit of that and a bit of that, and having like this one thing just to sink all my entire life into. That was good. But anyway, one of the things that I do want to get done, and it is going to get done now that is all finished, is the next Impact Dynamics Challenge video.
Oh, I see.
That is on the editing program, and I will get back into that and finish that one off and get that out because that has been too long and it's just got interrupted by some major projects.
That'll be a good laugh.
Will be good fun. So we'll give Bronte a little teaser on that after the show and look forward to that. And the good news is that we have plans for the next one starting. So
cool.
I look forward to that one. That should be that's one of the ones we don't have to wait for travel or anything like that. We can go out and film that very soon. So we will do that and look forward to presenting another challenge video out there, which will be excellent. Nice. So good stuff. All right, guys. Well, hope you are well. We're back into it slowly. Thanks for bearing with us for our return episode while we remember how we podcast. Still can't remember what it was that I was meant to be talking about. Did I get any videos?
People meant to send in a...
Oh, it's not now. This is this is not like Impact Dynamics Live where people do stuff and then we like do it right on the show. Right. This is like in a couple of weeks we'll do that. So, but just because Andy's so desperate,
I want to see what people have been doing.
Absolutely. So, guys, before we wrap up, grab your phones and film yourself or audio yourself or whatever it is. Take us in on Instagram, on Facebook, on wherever you can find us, or send it through as a message. And we want to hear what you've been doing, what you've been working on, anything along those lines, or what you haven't been doing, or what you're missing. So we just want to hear from you. Really want to make sure that you're out there and checking things out. And if you're over somewhere where they are shooting matches, send us a photo of that. We'll be bitter, but anyway, just tag us in. That'll be great. And hope you guys are doing well. Gentlemen, thanks for coming in, and we will be back to our normal unrefined self soon.
Come on, mate.
Thanks for listening to the Precision Shooting Podcast. To continue the discussion, check out our Facebook page. And for more information, head to our website, www.precisionshootingpodcast.com.au. This episode was brought to you by Impact Dynamics.